What is going on? This is Shango, Ray, aka Real Deal Ray, your intuition's mouthpiece when the monkey mind wants to take over. This is a very special one-time Shangodiac. I really kind of debated whether I wanted to do this or not, but it's the COVID-19 Shangodiac. That's right. First of all, it's my intention that everybody, stays, of course, in good health and stuff like that, and that you're doing well, especially mentally. There is an all-out assault on your mind. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to actually get into that. I'm not going to be on here very long. What I'm actually also going to do is show. I've been doing this for some time now, but what I'm going to do is show you. um, I don't know why this. I'm going to show you the card of the day that I got today. Um, it also came out. We actually did a reading on this whole situation as far as like how it may probably or how it's most probable to play out in the next 30 days. It was kind of like happenstance. I asked the wife, "Hey, pull out your tarot cards, ask this question," and then I did the same. And we kind of like compared what we got, and it was very fascinating as far as what was happening. One card that showed up though for me was this card. Okay, and I'm gonna explain exactly what this card. And it's funny because I just I always restudy and things like that. Sometimes revisit. I'll say different material. And one thing as far as before I get into any of this, let me just pause. Hold on. Time out. Time out. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. And if I forgot to mention, like, share, subscribe, and thrive in that order, the order of operations. And of course, this video is brought to you by Boda's Quantum Bruja doll. That's right. You've heard of voodoo dolls. You've heard of poppets. Uh, potato. We're basically talking about the same thing here. Link will be in the description if you want to find out more about it. But there's ways to use it to influence a particular target, whether that's for romantic reasons, domination, crossing and hexing. There's also ways you can find out how you can get one created of yourself, so you can start working your magic for yourself, on yourself, in a whole new dynamic. Link will be in the description box there. Okay, now that we got that out the way. Um, so the way this is the way I wasn't even gonna do this. But and then in light afterwards, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever, um, the whole passage from Sylvia Browne, one of her books from 2013 came out and stuff like that, about what is going to happen. And it basically kind of, as far as at the end, it kind of matched my sentiments as far as what was going to happen. So this ain't so much about all prophecy and all that stuff like that. Remember, when we're doing readings, a lot of times we are reading energy. Okay, energy can't change, and there's not just one future. There are many different possible future timelines you can experience. Okay, so the other card here that, as far as from my reading and from the cards that I got, I'm gonna basically just give you a real brief rundown. Um, there's a lot to do here right now, going on right now. And by no means am I trying to turn over an apple cart and grab a bullhorn and do all this stuff like that. I'm basically just doing this because I've been getting a lot of questions and emails and things of that nature, and I just thought I would do it. I mean, it is what is being propagated right now in the media and stuff like that. So, um, but this was also another card that showed up at the very end, and it kind of matched and it's funny because I told her, I said, you know what, they already got this cure, it's gonna come out. They might string it along a little bit. Remember, folks, too, in order for a lot of this stuff to, there's, first of all, there is something else definitely going on. I feel like there is almost like a change of power, if you will, or someone's trying to, one faction, I guess you will, if you're talking about the powers that be, um, a younger faction, if you will, almost maybe also at the same time. But the way that it's going to really, that I see things happening, if anything, this is definitely also about finances, um, also causing debt, and the other thing about this is people think this is I want to tell you this. Let's just cut. Let me get some spoiler alerts going on right now, okay? This is not going to be Walking Dead. This is not going to be any of that, okay? One of the things that this definitely is, though, if this is the envelope, this is the line. They keep pushing it to see how far, it's also another form of priming you for more. Imagine like you're in a relationship and someone starts being very abrasive. you know it may start off slight and then get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's another way to say it is boiling the frog. uh, a slow boil, gradually to keep turning the heat until that frog is cooked. Because if you throw a frog in boiling water, it's just going to jump right out. Okay, so they look at you and I in the same type of way. All right. But like I said, I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm going to start basically just to rehash. Um, Obviously, like I said, I had to put the priming part in there because it's also an experiment, behavioral engineering to kind of see, even down to the toilet paper thing, because that obviously started somewhere. And it's no accident that the toilet paper thing has been, I mean, whether you're posting memes just to alert people about things or whether you're posting memes because they're funny, it doesn't matter whether they're funny, whether they're educational, whether whatever. It's still all a form of programming. Okay, so this whole toilet paper thing is even an experiment in that as well, also, just to see how far can we push the humanities. You know what I mean? Um, but as far as how it's going to play out, like I said, this is not going to be, excuse me, this is not going to be the coup de grace. Okay, this is not it. But like I said, it's the masses are being primed for something even bigger. So there's that whole let's keep pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope. And like I said, what I seen based on my reading and from hers is also, this is definitely financial. Let me just kind of, like I said, give you spoiler alerts. If they haven't already announced some effective form of treatment, I can't even say vaccination, because remember this, all right? 56,000 people die, at least estimated, every year from the common cold, okay? Because the cold will bring on either flu or flu-like symptoms, and that's what they die from, okay? What people die from. And like I said, 56,000 a year, every year, okay? So this shit ain't no drop in a bucket compared to the average fucking cold. They still don't have a cure for the average common cold, okay? Still. So as far as treatment goes, best believe they do have treatments. They do have effective treatments already, okay? So basically what we're looking at is, and like I said, I know there has been people, maybe there has, I know there's been people that have most likely transpired because of this. But like I said, every year 56,000 people die from the common cold, all right? It could be almost said this is an exasperated cold, all right? So what I seen though from her reading, her aspect, what she picked up on was definitely there's like I don't know how to explain this, but almost like a way to get people in debt, if you will. There's going to be a lot of debt because of this situation. But there's also going to be mad opportunity. Mad opportunities are being born right now. There's things right now. If you can train your eyes to fucking look. I'm even doing it myself because sometimes I got to just clear my mind, because I'm like, if you give your mind a direction to go in and you give it instructions, it will come back with some stuff for you. You know what I mean? So also one of the things I've been doing is, what are the opportunities being created right now? And I don't mean buying toilet paper and selling it for $100 a roll and the thing. Although, hey, if you can do that, that's great. That's awesome. But one of the ones I also got, the cards that I had gotten was this one was at the very end of my reading. Okay. This is also an assault on the emotions. There'll probably be a big, huge influx also within the next, I'd say 2 to like 6 weeks also of depression. You're going to see that because I'm telling you right now, and in a way, I kind of didn't want to do this because of the whole Sylvia Browne shit, but I did this before I even was aware of that because I've been trying purposely not to really even indulge too much in this shit at all whatsoever. Um, but it is going to go away just like that, pretty fast. And like I said, I don't know when or how they're going to come out with this, but they already have it. I'm just going to say it like it is. They already have it. All right. There's already effective treatments. There's already, I don't even want to say necessarily a cure, but there isn't a cure for the common cold. So, but one of the things that came out was this. All right. This and this to me is representing what I felt in my solar plexus anyway in regards to this card. And I'm going to share something before I go. What I saw from this was there is definitely something happened cosmically, not necessarily cosmically, I mean spiritually, I guess you could say. This dark goddess presence is definitely making herself known. And it's unprecedented, if you will. And to be honest, and I'm not just saying this because, we do have a Hecate invocation oil, but I could not get it out of my mind that, like, this is Hecate. Hecate is like coming through for a myriad of reasons, now so more than ever, as far as this is the climate, I guess, you know what I mean? But I'm going to read to you out of this particular book. This is one of the books that I use to study on to create my own system. I don't just exclusively use this, but this is actually a very good system. The author's name is Robert Lee Camp, and the book is Cards to Your Destiny. Okay? And it's a very good system. It's a very, very good cartomancy system. One of my favorites. And if you just do the readings as they are, like in the book's already got everything charted out. You don't even actually have to do anything. But if you look at your chart, you'll be amazed at how right on a lot of this information is. But of course, I've learned to take it a little bit further. I take what I can use at the moment. We mix a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and of course, drown it in a bunch of fucking third eye jizz, and we see what we come up with. But I just wanted to read. Anyways, I've been picking cards of the day now for just to myself for some time now. And one of the things that came up, like I said, was this. And I'm going to show you how that this dark goddess is really showing up here. Okay. Because there is one thing that's definitely happening right now. There is a line in the sand. There is a choice to be made. There's a choice to be made. And I think that this dark goddess energy, if you are ready for it, if you have any ounce, inkling of self-awareness, you are going to start questioning things about yourself in regards to all this shit that's going on, everything that's been thrown in your face, everything that they're trying to program you with. So this choice comes down to this, and I'm going to read this right now for you. This Queen of Spades is known as the card of self-mastery, the one that sits in the position of highest accomplishment and recognition in what we call the spiritual spread. Whenever this card appears, we are given special opportunity to achieve much success in our external life by mastering ourselves within. This means creating more success by changing our inner thoughts, our beliefs, and attitudes instead of trying to alter our external circumstances. We rarely realize that it is not so much our efforts that create our success and failures, but that it actually occurs based upon our inner attitudes and state of mind. The Queen of Spades teaches us that if we can master our inner state And what better time to start practicing mastering your inner state? It's easy to do it when everything's hunky-dory and sweetie, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's looking like we're on the verge of the end of the world and shit. And a lot of you conscious fucking humansies are losing your fucking mind. You're supposed to be a witch. You're supposed to be a goddess. You're supposed to be divine. And you over here losing your fucking mind. I guess, I mean, if you want to play and pretend, hey, I'm just strictly human, you know, and I'm going to do what the rest of the monkeys are doing, then go right ahead. Sorry, it's a tangent. The Queen of Spades teaches us that if we can master our inner state, we can master the universe and everything in it. Queens have their greatest power in the feminine. Now, mind you, we all have masculine polarities, masculine energy, and we all have feminine energy. Queens have the greatest power in the feminine, receptive mode. So this is definitely also a time, and we're being urged by this dark goddess to go within and listen. And that is that's going to be one of the hardest things for many of us to do at this time. If ever there was a hardest time, it's going to be now. I mean, it's already hard, because most of us can't keep our minds still for more than 2 seconds. You know what I mean? To truly receive, we must attain the state of mind in which we allow everything to come to us without hesitation. It usually requires some inner exploration to achieve this state. And this is something that most of us never do because it is not taught as part of our culture. It is the spiritual aspirant who learns to master themselves instead of spending all their time trying to change external circumstances. And it is those aspirants who experience the real power of the feminine sides of their being, which the Queen of Spades represents. The Queen of Spades sits in the sun position in the spiritual spread, which can be translated to mean the position of highest accomplishment in spiritual sense. Okay? From this, we can infer that from the point of view of our soul and spirit, self-mastery is the highest quality we can aspire to, and one that deserves the highest recognition and reward. The Queen of Spades is a hardworking woman card and a good manager as well. So we can also expect success in work and organizational ability whenever she appears. You've heard me mention it. I mean, I've even heard sentiments that sound the same even back when I was in the church. If you put God first, everything else will fucking level up, you know? I've heard many conscious teachers say the same thing. You put your spirituality first instead of chasing that money, instead of chasing that dusty motherfucker, that trick ass broad, you know, or instead of trying to fix the outside, putting your spirituality first, to me, what it means, my personal definition is that of because truly self-mastery is doing just that. You know what I mean? Mastering your inner state. And then which you'll find the outside will and have to conform. Now, obviously, if you're in a state of fear, if you're in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, you're not going to be able to act. You are at effect. You are not at cause. In other words, you are not causing. You're not going to feel like you have any inkling of control. And the greatest control that you can have is that of yourself, no matter what is going on. See, people like to post memes with that type of shit on it and all that, and they forget that last part, no matter what is going on, okay? Because like I said, it's easy to fucking make mudras and while everything is hunky-dory, okay? And it's not about oming and making mudras and shit, okay? But that realization, that searching, that longing, that going within, even in times like this when it seems like everything's about to take a big, huge shit. Okay, now there are going to be incidences of different... If they could push you humansies to start fucking rioting and losing your fucking minds like the monkeys in the motherfucking zoo, then that's even more cause. And it's like, great, martial law is now in full effect. You know what I mean? Um, and when we're talking about mass, we're talking about the collective. The smallest increment of the collective comes down to the individual. And the mass, the collective, is no better than the small of the of because it's made up of individuals. So if every individual focuses themselves on, their own particular brand of self-mastery, what that means for them, can you imagine what would happen? It doesn't take too many people to do that. A few like enlightened or extremely self-aware individuals outweigh 1,000 humansies, and they know that. So the point of a lot of this is definitely to keep you in fear. And don't forget, media outlets are also in the business. This is about money too. Clickbaiting, okay? Fear activates your hormonal, your what is it? Your adrenal glands. Get you that fight or flight. Get you charged. Get you that stress. You know what I mean? Get you to click on these articles. What's the latest? What's the worst bad news now? Because as human beings, we love the worst fucking doom and gloom news. Much as we hate to read it, we love to read it. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely also what she has been talking to me about on a personal, individual, intimate level with myself. But I see now how that also relates to each and every one of us, which is why I decided to share this card for this Corona Shangodiac. But yes, this thing is going to end sooner than you think. Okay, this is not, like I said, this is not going to be Walking Dead. And don't be surprised if you start hearing about a cure or they got something that whatever, some magic pill, which is going to, of course, cost a lot, and also be a way to put other stuff in there. I forgot what it was, the bird flu, the swine flu, or whatever it was, and it had people lined the fuck up to go get shots. You know what I mean? Shots in which you don't know what the hell's up in that shit. But you over there mindlessly follow. Monkey see, monkey do, man. You know what I mean? Monkey see, monkey do. That's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. But I wanted to deliver the most important part of this message. It wasn't about, oh, in 2 weeks, this is what's going to happen, and da-da-da-da, I can say that this is not going to be the big kahuna that is kind of being made. It's almost alluding to, but they can't necessarily say that. But it's better to allude to something and then let you take it upon yourself to put a meaning on it, because then there's absolutely no resistance to it, versus me just telling you something which you can resist, you know what I mean? As opposed, you just accept this, you know what I mean? So, hey, I can see game recognized game, you know what I'm saying? So we will be back with regular Shangodiac real, because you know what? Live your motherfucking life, okay? I know there's going to be certain bands. I know there's different things now being canceled and stuff like that. But live your life, all right? My point is, do not let yourself get freaked the fuck out, okay? Grab your peace. Hold your peace by the pussy lips, okay? Hold your peace, all right? Hold your peace dearly, all right? Protect your peace, all right? And part of the thing is she's come also to expunge a lot of things, because when she comes around, all that inner gooky shit, all your demons, they start to come out. You know what I mean? Most people run from them, and that's what keeps things stuck in place, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. But if we can embrace what she brings us, and the only way also we can truly embrace what she brings us is if we actually shut the hell up and listen, because she's trying to tell you something. She's definitely trying to tell you something. Okay, and I don't know why, like, I personally don't even work with Hecate, okay? I don't really fuck with Hecate, but it's coming on like this. So, the wife, she deals with Hecate, but I don't. I've never really dealt with Hecate. But I think the words, I have nothing else to say, but like, that's the first impression. And I'm always preaching that, like, make sure you kind of take a snapshot when you're doing cards or any type of divination. That first impressional feeling, whether it's something you see, something you kind of hear in your mind, something you feel, or maybe it's a collection. Make sure you snap a picture of that, screenshot that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. Because that's the first mind. That's always right. Okay. So that has been your Corona Shangodiac. Be at peace, be cool. Now is the time, like I said, with all these venues and different things being closed down. Hey, cool. Maybe it's even a better opportunity now for you to kind of just chill the fuck out and go within, get your answers, tap in with your divinity, connect with your divinity, okay? I mean, you're never disconnected. It can only appear that you are, okay? So let's scrap the appearance of being isolated, of being disconnected, like I said, from your inner divinity, your inner wisdom, your inner intuition, all right? There's an all out assault on that, okay? Google will never replace your intuition, all right? Peace and blessings. We'll be back with more Shangodiacs, regular Shangodiacs.